कुछ डिस्टर्बेंस तो नहीं आ रहा ना मेरे उसमें से?
No, ma'am. No.
Okay.
Okay. Good evening and a warm welcome to you all. And today I am Jyotishna Kalita, your host for today's webinar. Today we are bringing to you another webinar session with Anna Jury. So before going into today's session, let us know about Anna Jury. Anna Jury means the bond of love. It signifies the unconditional love. It is that unconditional love for his native land that brought back Milind Datta, the founder of Anajari from the USA, to start a non-profit organization in 2018, which engages and promotes various initiatives that are striving for social change, owning leadership skills and building entrepreneurship capacity in Northeast, including Assam. For the past 1 year, we have been engaging with speakers from various fields via virtual media to create a network among the people working in the region. Today, I'm extremely happy to welcome Sonakshi Agarwal ma'am and Nusrat Saikia ma'am. Currently, Sonakshi ma'am is running her own business called our, our Pure for the past 2 years. It believes in a classic way of healthy life living. We are what we eat, apply, and use. She and her team worked with artisans and farmers of Northeast to bring forth our craft and premium agricultural products, primarily tea and spices. It also offers some handicraft natural skincare for everyday use. Her team ship Pan India and will soon look for global reaches. Now, she is also a founding member of the Makers Hub Guwahati along with other member. So we welcome you, ma'am. Our another speaker we have today, we have with us Nusrat Saikia, ma'am. She is a result-oriented professional with over 14 years of extensive experience in business process outsourcing, learning and development, process improvement, and transition. Go together with excellence into gathering and understanding requirements of clients and multiple stakeholders. She is an expert in developing and delivering training material, curriculum, and training program. She also possesses strong communication process orientation and interpersonal skill. So I welcome you for today's session, and I hope today's session will be a very fruitful one for all our audience present over here. And I request everyone to feel free to ask question to ma'am by unmuting their mic and also by typing in the chat box. So before moving, first let us know about what Makers Hub is. Makers Hub, it, it is our it is a group of small artisans supporting each other and helping young upcoming entrepreneur achieving a platform to exhibit and sell their handmade creation. It believes in building a sustainable and eco-friendly lifestyle through the products they make. Their artisan creates products ranging from painting, clothing, accessories, skincare, edible goodies to food, home decor. All the products are purely handmade by their individual artisans and are also 100% eco-friendly, biodegradable, and refounders. And their
Jochna, your mic is muted. I think you've got. We can't hear you. Yeah.
okay, I was now I'm audible. Okay. Their motto is to make the planet cleaner and healthier again. It strongly support and promote women entrepreneurship. Among 80% of their participants are women. They support women organizations like ACRD, Navjivan Rehabilitation Home, by helping them to sell their handicrafts at their platforms. They raise also funds for supporting NGOs like Animal Welfare People a great platform in their coming years ahead by also going online through their website, which is still under development, by which artists will also be able to sell products from home to anywhere in the world. It dreams of building a strong artist community in Northeast India and hoping to get recognized globally. So, Sonakshi ma'am and Nusrat ma'am, I welcome you again, and thank you. And I hand over you to.
Okay, thank you so much, Jyotishna, for this warm welcome. And we are very, glad and we're grateful that we are a part of this webinar today to talk about our small organization. An organization, let me first tell you about how we started. um, we are all women group, so we are four of us. There are two other members apart from me and Sonakshi. So in 2019, we are all, first of all, we are all artists. Okay, so each one of us, we have our own crafts. Someone loves to paint, someone loves to makes handmade items, different things. When you come to know about us, you will see that all of us are artists first. So we met in 2019 by chance. Okay, but it was a coincidence that all of us, we were at an event. We were at an event organized by a platform called Etsy, which is a global platform for artists again. But we met in Guwahati. Okay, so there was an event. So during that event, what happened was that we were interacting with each other, and while interacting, the thought came to us that why do we not, do something locally in Guwahati, in Assam, and in Northeast. So that's how the idea of forming a group, a small group, and helping each other and helping other artists join us and exhibit their work is when the birth of Makers Hub happened. That is how Makers Hub was formed. So the first time we came together to exhibit was in 2019 October. So that is how we started. And then after, though the pandemic hit us in 2020, we were successfully able to hold at least two events every year. So that was, I would say that we've been doing really good. So Sonakshi, over to you if you would like to add something here.
Yeah, so basically, thank you, Dee. It basically you kind of told us what we actually do. That's how we came together, and since we had the similar ideologies, it just clicked, and we all realized the gap that there was no such platform for artists of Northeast, whereas there is talent. So all we could do from our end was give them a platform where their art is visible, their efforts are visible, and they are able to sell what they make and kindly like maybe even make a making out of it, and earning out of it. So we started with events, and touchwood, it's grown over the years. We have a very strong network of artists spread all over Northeast, and even some artists are contacting us from outside Northeast to put up events in their cities. So hopefully soon. And yeah, that's how it started, just so that it creates a sustainable ecosystem where people who work from home, who have their own art, it can be anything, baking or stitching, knitting, painting or resin art, it can be anything but handcrafted, they can put up their products and compete with other talent found all over India, because they have the visibility and we are not able to tap onto that. So with this platform, if we can create a visibility for them to reach to higher standards, that is what we are hoping for. Mm.
So, ma'am, are you going to share the PPT?
You can definitely. We can run through with the kind of events that we have done, how we started it, and how big it's become today. Yes, definitely. Can you share your screen with the PPT if you don't mind?
Yes, ma'am.
You have?
Nusrat
Yeah, I'll
ma'am will
share.
share.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll share. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so welcome to Makers Up Guwahati. These are some snapshots of what kind of products and what our team has been, not just us, the core team, but also our mini family of artists, which has grown over the past 2 years. And that's what we'll run through with you. So our main place that we have showcased our artwork is Kalashitra, because Kalashitra is this place where it cherishes art, it cherishes all the kala that we have. So this is the art gallery of Kalashitra, where the painters, the artists, they display their artwork along with the crafted products. Some of them are sustainable, like they are handcrafted with zero plastic, and some are also made from waste fabrics and waste threads, bamboo, cane, water hyacinth, kona. So that's what they do. Even clay, they make their crafts with clay as well. So Makers Hub, as you know, it's basically a group of small artisans who are the four of us. And when the same ideas click, that's how we started, just to give budding artisans, budding entrepreneurs a platform to showcase their work. And we target to provide more visibility and access to the crafts and talent of any particular area or any particular region to as many people as possible. If we are able to do that, that is our goal. That's it. Because the talent is such that whenever someone likes it, they will buy it. And I'm sure it generates sales. All we want is for people to see what we have and what our artists have. So this was a first event which we did in October. That was a very first event. Uh, since we did not have a lot of popularity back then, and we started this event with just the core members of the team, and it was only 6 artists who had displayed their products. But luckily, uh, we got a lot of support. Even DC sir inaugurated the event, and it was covered in under the media as well. So, and it was like cherished by a lot of artisans and artists. They visited the place and they were like, we would also like to participate. And that was the first push that we got when other artists came here, and they were like, next time you just inform us, how can we reach out to you, how can we be how can we associate and put up our products, because we paint, do that, we make jewelry, we make craft, or we make clothes. So that's when, like, that was the budding, that the seed was planted, the shoot started popping up. So that's when that happened, and it was all a gradual journey. And then these were the subsequent events. These are the snapshots of the subsequent events with the various kinds of artworks that has been presented at all our exhibits over the years. This was at Kalakshetra, and it was inaugurated by Queen Oja ma'am. And this had a very good response. Like, that was our big event, the first crackpot, that jackpot that we say. All, I think we had over 3,000, no, 4,000, over 4,000 participants, or like the footfall for the event, which is a huge number for any artist, any home artist, because their talent is literally right now seen by the very immediate crowd that they know of, but now it's seen by so many people. And Kalakshetra not only hosts the local people of Guwahati, but it also invites and welcomes tourists from all across India. So they also saw that what Northeast has, apart from what our heritage offers, what modern twists the artists bring to that heritage. So that was a very interesting thing to see. Even I personally met a foreigner there. She was, I think, from Germany, and she was completely in awe of the event. Like, she had never seen something like that in Northeast. So she was very happy about how it was going, and how many Even moms were actually participating. So she was pretty perplexed to see just like what kind of people have come on this platform to display their work. These are just some of the screenshots from the entire event that happened. This was another event at Kalakshetra, and this was just like in midst of COVID. Even that time we could do it when there were some relaxations, and but we followed all the protocols and we limited our number of artisans to only 15 given the amount of space that we had. So but it was a huge success. Queen Oja ma'am and DC sir, they both inaugurated the event, and the artwork kept on increasing. This time we also had an interior designer participate with us, and she's also very well acclaimed now. These are some of the screenshots from the entire event. I think two artists from this particular platform, one was Nadia and one is Roshni. They have excelled themselves, and yeah, Nadia's work also flies off to US, and Roshni was recently awarded with the budding entrepreneur of Northeast. This was the fourth event, that the Spring Festival. This was a major one because we had almost two big spaces booked for us and over 30 plus participants to show not just paintings and canvases, but handicrafts and A to Z everything. So this was one of the major events that we had, and a huge, huge one, which got a lot of attraction from even media people. It was also covered actually by a YouTube influencer, I think Bikash. He came into the event and covered the event very well with his feedbacks and also the fun chat that he does as a blogger.
Yeah, I would just like to add something here. Jyotishna, তুমি কৈছা যে অসমীয়াত কোন মানে শুনিবলৈ অলপ কোনবা
Yes, ma'am.
পাৰ্টিচিপেণ্ট আছে,
Yes,
ৰাইট?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so আমি তাৰমানে যিমান কেইটা ইভেণ্ট কৰিলোঁ এতিয়ালৈকে, উইথ ইচ ইভেণ্ট মানে প্ৰত্যেকটো ইভেণ্টত আমাৰ মানে অডিয়েঞ্চ বাঢ়ি গ'ল। আৰু যিটো আমাৰ মানে চবতছে ডাঙৰ ইভেণ্ট আছিলে এই লাষ্ট পেজত যিটো দেখালোঁ আমি, যিটো কথা এতিয়া সোণাক্ষীয়ে ক'লে যে স্প্ৰিং ফেষ্ট, যিটো আমি 2021 এপ্ৰিলত পাতিছিলোঁ বিহুৰ সময়ত, বহুত ডাঙৰ ইভেণ্ট আছিলে, য'ত আমাৰ অলমষ্ট 40 পাৰ্টিচিপেণ্টছ, 30+40 পাৰ্টিচিপেণ্টছ আছিলে। আৰু মানে বহুত মিডিয়া কাভাৰেজ আমাৰ মানে, আৰু যিখিনি আমি মানে মিডিয়াৰ লগত কানেক্ট আছে, আমাৰ নিজৰ পাৰ্চনেল কানেক্ট বা ইনফ্লুৱেঞ্চাৰ্ছ যিখিনি আমি চিনি পাওঁ, তেখেতসকলে আমাৰ ইভেণ্টটো মানে কাভাৰ কৰিছিলে। চ' মানে খুব ছাকচেছফুল ইভেণ্ট আছিলে। আৰু অলপমান ইয়াত আমাৰ নিউজ পেপাৰ ক্লিপিংছ এইবিলাকো দিয়া আছে, যিবোৰ মানে আমাৰ মিডিয়া টীমে কাভাৰ কৰিছিলে, মিডিয়া পাৰ্টনাৰে। আৰু এইটো ইভেণ্টে একচুৱেলি শেষ নহয়, এইটো ইভেণ্ট আমাৰ 4th ইভেণ্ট আছিলে। কিন্তু তাৰ পিছতো আমি অক্টোবৰতো যোৱা বছৰ আৰু এটা ইভেণ্টত আমি মানে অৰ্গেনাইজ কৰিছিলোঁ, যিটো আছিলে আমাৰ চিটি চেণ্টাৰ মলত। চ' যদি মানে সেইটো সময়ত মানে যিহেতু ৰিলেক্সেশ্যন আছিলে অলপমান আৰু ইভেণ্টছবিলাক হৈ আছিলে, চিটি চেণ্টাৰে আমাক ইনভাইট কৰিছিলে তাত মানে আমাৰ এক্সিবিশ্যন কণ্ডাক্ট কৰিবলৈ কাৰণে। মানে একচুৱেলি হ'ল কি, আমি ইমানখিনি ইভেণ্ট কৰি আহি এক্সপিৰিয়েঞ্চ যিখিনি গেইন কৰিলোঁ, তাৰ পৰা আমাক এতিয়া মানে বেলেগ অৰ্গেনাইজেশ্যনবিলাকে আমাক কলাবৰেট কৰিবলৈ ইনভাইট কৰে। চ' আমি সেই ফাৰ্ষ্ট সেইটো লাষ্ট অক্টোবৰত যিটো ইভেণ্ট কৰিলোঁ, চিটি চেণ্টাৰৰ লগত কৰিলোঁ। চিটি চেণ্টাৰৰ লগত কলাবৰেট কৰি তেওঁলোকে আমাক স্পেচটো দিলে, আৰু আমি আমাৰ আৰ্টিষ্টখিনি তাত এক্সিবিট কৰি পেলাই নিজৰ প্ৰডাক্টছ চেল কৰিব পাৰিলে। আৰু সেয়াই নহয়, আমি তাৰপিছত ডিচেম্বৰতো আৰু অন্য অৰ্গেনাইজেশ্যন, যেনেকৈ মানে অৰ্গেনাইজেশ্যন এটা আছে যাৰ নামটো হৈছে নেচাৰ্ছ অৰ্বিট, তেওঁলোকৰ লগতো তেওঁলোকে ডাইৰেক্টলি ক্লাইমেট চেঞ্জৰ কাৰণে কাম কৰে। ত' তেওঁলোকেও আমাক ইনভাইট কৰিলে, তেওঁলোকৰ লগতো আমি সৰুকৈ এটা ইভেণ্ট মানে পাৰ্টিচিপেট কৰিছিলোঁ, যিটো মানে এই PPTত কাভাৰ হোৱা নাই, সেইকাৰণে মই এড কৰি দিছোঁ ইয়াত। ৰাইট সোণাক্ষী? There were
Yeah,
two other events
two other events.
which are not in the presentation.
Yes. And during the all the events we made sure कि कोई भी participant doesn't use plastic bags, ताकि they can dispose, like they can sell off their products or pack their products जब अपने customers को they're selling. So it was all done in newspapers or paper bags or cloth bags. There was like no plastic use, no disposable plastic use. So this is how we try to like incorporate a little bit of like a little awareness about environmental concerns that we face, because plastic is one thing that we all know बहुत ज़्यादा harmful है, and उसको हम लोग जितना कम use करें उतना अच्छा है हम सब के लिए. So that is what we tried in the event. Along with it, सबसे important है for any economy to survive is income. No one can survive without having a proper flow of income. So when people have any art form, if they get such any platform, any visibility, and they can sell off their products, there's nothing like it, because it's not just what you do to earn, but it's also your hobby. And when hobby becomes work, there is no bigger blessing than that when it comes to work life, at least from my experience I can say, and from what I hear from my friends. They all crib about work, but when there are people who love their job, they feel very blessed that they are in the field that they love doing. And we are very happy that we here, because we love this. We love the creativity, we love the ideas that come across from all the different artisans and all the different artists that we meet, and people also. So it's not just like we are giving them a platform, but we every day learn from them how they grew up and what is their story and how they came across this art form, how they started it. So it's very interesting to hear their side of the story as well.
Thank you, ma'am. I request our audience, if you have any questions, you can ask ma'am. And feel free to ask ma'am, and you can also unmute your mic or you can type in the chat box.
এতিয়া তোমালোকৰ যোনটো এই অনুষ্ঠানটো সেইটো এটা লিগেল এন্টিটি নে তোমালোক ইজ ইট এ registered entity as a collective?
No, it's not registered right now. We are starting the process because now it's become big and people are talking about it, and we don't want to do anything which is not welcomed by everyone, because it is something that we do with love, and I know people will love it. We know that people will love it. So we are now going to start the process for registration because it is creating a buzz.
এইটো এটা নন প্ৰফিট হ'ব নে ফৰ প্ৰফিট অৰ্গেনাইজেশ্যন কেনেকে ভাবিছা?
No, not non-profit. It's not for profit. It's more about a platform for artists.
Okay, so don't you have already a platform like the Artist Guild or something? I'm just trying to figure out. And the second
Yes.
thing I'm এইটো question আছে, self sustainability কাৰণে কি ভাবিছা? কাৰণ বহুতে এনেকুৱা এটা অনুষ্ঠান হয়, and the first wave is there, maybe তোমালোক যেতিয়া যিমান বছৰ জীয়াই থাকিবা এইটো থাকিব, তাৰপিছত তোমালোক না পিছত নাইকিয়া হৈ যায় quite often, because we do not do proper we are not self-sustaining and we do not do planning. তো তোমালোকে কি ভাবিছা যে কেনেকৈ এইটো মানে তোমাৰ বছৰ কি বছৰ থাকি যায়, like it become and for that of course you need good planning. তো তোমালোকে সেইবিলাকত কি ভাবিছা basically?
These basically talking about like growing in the future, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
otherwise কি হয় নহয়, বহুত young generation একদম
I understand.
পুৰা
Yeah.
আহি যাব, তাৰ পাছত it just stop, right? It doesn't
Yes.
grow.
Yes. That is always a very big concern. And when we started it initially, we were like, let's see how it goes, because we know that it will grow, but it will grow so fast, so soon that we were not prepared for, to be honest. Um, But when we saw, like last year, when we saw how it came across, how the response was, and how every artist that we collaborate with, they're like, they, whenever they're invited by other people, they're like, अरे नहीं, हमें तो makers hub के साथ में ही करना है. So that line gave us so much faith and confidence that we should actually now look into a legal establishment. And based on that, we've already thought of how we can sustain it, because a situation like COVID is that we cannot ignore, right? And what if in the future there are possibilities and we cannot do events like this, but there are other mediums that from which we can help and generate more sales to them? Why are artists coming to us? That is that we're able to give them a platform and more visibility and generate sales at the event. But the idea is that the sales happens throughout the year and not just the event. So we are already, like, we've thought about it, how we'll go about it. It's more going to be about online presence, not just social media, but also websites, where their art form will be present on the website. And there is a platform called Katha, if you've heard of it, or Gatha. So they promote art forms, but they don't promote artists directly. We will be promoting these artists directly on those websites, because Makers Hub is just going to be a platform. The handwork, the creativity is all of the artists.
Okay. So will it also have an online platform where people from all over the world can order?
Yes, absolutely. Eventually, we will get there.
Mm.
First, we'll tap India, and then we will get to the globe.
And there are some local platform like I think Brahmaputra Fable, and there's another one which was from by this local lady. I forgot the name. We had invited her. They had also platform. Um, my point is that it will be good to collaborate, because otherwise it becomes too expensive.
Absolutely.
Art, you know, then the art cannot be. Nowadays, the art becoming more and more expensive, where common people, some people cannot afford it.
Yes, absolutely. We understand. And we are aware of Brahmaputra fables as well. Slightly different, like we can collaborate as well. That's a very good idea. Thank you so much for suggesting their name. Uh, we don't just do that art form. We have like our artists, our painters, they are resin artists, they are clay artists, they make jewelry, they make fabric. So it's a very wide range. Anyone who's willing up to, to come and showcase their art form, it will be up there, because our idea is more visibility. When the art speaks for itself, people buy. And
Okay.
but we all very well know that handcraft or handmade products are cherished only by few people. They are the only people who understand that value. But some people are still running after the machine made products and synthetic products. We cannot change their mindset, but we can definitely introduce them to a very different kind of styles and very different kind of creativity, which I'm sure when the design speaks, when the craft speaks, people buy.
So I have another question. Since you have connection with this, all this, look like you guys are much ahead than us, Nazori, because you are connected with people like Queen Uza and all those people with power. Then maybe you can also, if somebody may donate a building where you can be a studio, right? In US and other state, they have taken old buildings, they repair the old buildings, it look beautiful. First of all, they reclaim the old building, and then they become artist studio. So artists can rent space very cheap. All right, so whole bunch of artists are there in these old buildings. They have studios together, and then they have once a year, they have, sometimes more than one, but they have big shows. All the artist studios are open for people to visit and also to buy stuff.
Yes, definitely. Like that's a very interesting idea as well. We thought about it, but not an entire art studio. It is an expensive affair also, and but more importantly, before we do that, in my understanding, before we make such a big investment, what is more important is to create an awareness and like, yeah, just more buzz around art and craft in general. And that, like, for example, nowadays there's a huge buzz around dancing and acting being a very good profession, but not a lot of people are still there in the industry of art, because not, it doesn't pay your bills. It's only very rare that it pays your bills. When it comes to painting, at least the one painting sells off a very expensive, but not everybody agrees to pay for that. So when people cherish that, when people understand that, that's when, like, when that change starts to come, that's when the investment should be made. As a business person, I'm speaking here, because it's a huge investment. And if we ask any authority to make such a donation also, it will be unjust on our part if we don't justify that, if we don't justify that investment that they are going to make because of what we are promising them.
So now I have a personal request, because I see your last name being Agarwal, and I'm sure that you are bringing some business background. So মই এইটো request কৰিম কি তুমি অসমীয়া প্ৰথমেতো অসমীয়াত কথা কবা, তেতিয়াহলে অসমীয়া মানুহবিলাকে জানিব, আৰু তোমাৰ অসমীয়া বন্ধুবিলাককো তুমি ব্যৱসায় কেনেকে কৰিব লাগে শিকাব লাগিব, because as you know, as me generally we are very bad in business, right? We could be artists. I mean, artists hoy. I mean, recently I just found out ki only 40% of the science and commerce section get filled up. Baki butu arts ot jai. So our Northeast is mainly art focused. So I mean, business ot ami bhal nohoy at all. So that's a good year to like know. So now, there's so many Agarwal have been living. In fact, Jyoti Prakash Agarwal, such a legend. So, and I think it's high time that the Assamese community also become entrepreneurs and learn how to run a business.
I
Hoy ne
মানে
nohoy? Question to me.
মই জানো, মই যিমান মই ভাবিছো আৰু চাইছো, অসমীয়া পিপলটো অলপমান লেড বেক হয়।
বহুত বেছি
মানে
laid back.
কৰিম কৰিম তেতিয়া হৈ যাব নে, হৈ যাব, ইমান চেষ্টা কৰিব নালাগে, এনে যিমান মই চাইছো। আৰু আমাৰ জানে ইয়াত কেনেকুৱা, সেইটো কৰিব লাগে তেতিয়া কৰিব লাগে, 1 ঘণ্টামান ভিতৰত কৰিব লাগে, নহয় মই 20 মিনিটৰ কৰিম, এনেকুৱা থিংকিংটো আমাৰ এনেকুৱা হয়।
আৰু সেইটো থিংকিংটো চেঞ্জ কৰিব লাগিব, হয়নে নহয়?
কৰিব লাগিব, যেতিয়া আপোনাক সাকসেসফুল হ'ব লাগে তেতিয়া আপোনাকে লাগিব।
নহলে মানে আগে নাবাঢ়ে, হয়নে নহয়? মানে এইটো কাম আগু নাবাঢ়ে। তো yes, that is one thing, businessৰ basic principle। আৰু এটা তোমালোকে যেতিয়া তোমালোকৰ বহুত মানুহ হৈছে ন, you said it has grown, কেতিয়াবা that is a good thing, কেতিয়াবা it's not a good thing, okay? কাৰণ কি হয়, যেতিয়া তোমালোকে foundationটো ভালদৰে নকৰা, right? If you don't lay down the foundation, বহুত খেলি মেলি হৈ যায় পিছলৈ, তাৰপিছত কাজিয়া পেচেল এইবোৰ হ'ব। তো তোমালোকে ভাল কাম কৰি আছা। So first you have to set your norms to be in this group, what people have to follow. It will save so much headache later on. Otherwise jotte manu hoy tate kajia lage. So first hetu jodi kori lua, tetia hole tumar for the most you will be safe, I guess. I will shut up now. But,
no, I totally understand what you're trying to say, and ऐसा होता है, ऐसा नहीं है कि नहीं होता है, and as a business person I understand, because like I'm also running my own business. Here I just made sure I took that time that my basic and the basis is so strong now that even if I let's say I shift to US today, I can still run my business from there. So that is how I have set it up. So in any work that we do, the biggest point is, chalo aaj we have started, aaj humne shuru kar diya hai, but how do we grow it? What if there is a challenge that comes? For example, COVID, it hit everybody. Some businesses grew, they found that option, but some businesses literally took it all. For example, for us as well, we could not do the events because of the protocol, but we thought of an alternative. But luckily, by the time we thought about the alternative, there were some relaxations in the norms, so we could do the events. But that alternative we will definitely work on, because you cannot rely on events all the time. And sometimes ऐसी situations also makes you to come up to solutions that acha, this is also what we can do, this is also another techniques. So with time you learn. You can only set or plan, like, acha, this can go negative, or this can backfire us, but you can always think, okay, this can we can do. But when the actual action happens, when you are in that situation, you can only बी प्रिपेयर कि अच्छा ऐसा हो सकता है, बट क्या करना है वो उस सिचुएशन में आके पता चलता है.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
ma'am. And any questions from our audience?
Kazim has raised his hand. I don't know.
Yes, Kazim, you can ask question.
The recording has stopped.
Hi Sonakshi ba. Hi Nusrat ba.
Hi Shani, how are you?
I'm great. How are you all?
I'm
Actually,
good
but
too.
I'm an intern at Energy.
Okay, so guys, I will introduce to her as well. She is also an artist with us. She has also participated with us for the past couple of events. Shani, would you like to share your feedback about Makers Up first and then ask the
Yes, ba.
question?
Sure. Surely ba. Yes, so yeah, Makers Hub gave me the life's first opportunity to display my art in a public platform, and I'm so grateful to Nusrat Ba, Sonakshi Ba, Plabita Ba, and Anindita Ba, the four strong pillars of Makers of Guwahati. Recently, I have also given my exhibition at City Center, Guwahati. It is the biggest mall in Guwahati, and I'm so blessed to have known these four powerful ladies that I have been able to showcase my talent. Thank you so much, Ba.
Thank you so much for participating with us. It was a pleasure.
Yes, Ba. So, Ba, I have one question.
Hmm.
What inspired you all to start Makers of Guwahati?
uh, the passion, the drive that we as artists have. And when we saw that there are other artists in the same room, like, okay, so I'll give you my personal story, what happened that day. We went to that event, and I did not know that there are so many artists in Guwahati. Like, I personally did not know. I used to paint and draw, and I was like कि अरे यहाँ तो कोई ऐसा करता नहीं होगा, कुछ होगा नहीं क्या नहीं. But when I went to that room, there were like 50, 60 odd people. I'm like, and they have such amazing work. I'm like, कुछ तो हो ही सकता है. And then when we talked to each other, they were all from different fields. One is a watercolor artist, one is a doodle artist, one is a oil painting artist, and so it was all so varied and different that we were like, we should meet. And that's how it began. It started with like we should display our products. And when we did our first event, that's when we met all other participants like you. They were like कि अरे ये इवेंट ऐसा होता है, हमें भी करना है आपके साथ में, हमें भी पार्टिसिपेट करना है आपके साथ में. नेक्स्ट इवेंट कब होगा आप बताना ना. That motivated us to actually start, like, that was the first push that करना चाहिए, because it is gonna be welcome, and it is what is needed. Because people do their art, but they do for their homes. Let's say if you are making soap, आप खुद के लिए बना लोगे, you can sell it to your immediate family and friends. But how will you make it reach other people? So that's when. And the biggest, when it comes to any art, one of the biggest selling point or introductory point is the story behind it, is how you connect with that person, the person who has actually made it. So one to one interaction. So that's how we started, and that's how it all came. That exhibition is the most important, because people can see and touch the product that they're buying, because it's not a known brand. We have to create that brand.
Thank you, Ba. Nusrat Ba, what would you like to say?
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with Sonakshi. It was that drive, that passion, which was there since the beginning. And with every event we saw that rising, and it has always been a better experience than the previous one. So that keeps us going, actually.
Any upcoming projects?
Upcoming, yeah, we are planning for something in the spring again, which is I think we hope to bring to you another big event very soon.
We're just hoping for like it's a little bit of more knowledge on the COVID situation in the next couple of weeks.
But how has COVID situation impacted this exhibitions that you conduct?
I think just the number of participants. Apart from that, nothing. It did change our dates and plans that okay, let's do it in this month. Oh no, we cannot. Like that ways. Otherwise, it's been 2 events per year, which has been amazing, and yeah, like it did not kill the motivation or the drive or anything.
Are there any other challenges that you all face while
Um,
planning out the event?
not not really, to be honest, because this is my personal and our personal belief. When you want to do something, any challenge you face is it feels more like a journey rather than challenges, right? Because if you are trying to do something different, or you're trying to do something uh, big, basically you have to face them, you have to live them. So it's more of a journey than challenges. If we take it as that, it's much more of a lovable and pleasant and enjoyable journey, I suppose, experiences. Yeah.
Thank you, Ba.
Most welcome.
Thank you, Shani. Ma'am, if someone with have some art or paintings or anything, if they want to associate with Makers Hub, then how they can contact to Makers Hub?
They can just drop us a message on Instagram or Facebook. One of our team members is always there to answer the queries. They will get back to you within 4 to 5 hours. And yeah, that's how you can connect with us. Phone numbers and like Instagram and Facebook, the Facebook or the contact point of today, or any of us as well in our personal accounts. So
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. And you all have also worked for Navjivan Rehabilitation Home. Can you speak some more about that? How this Makers Hub has helped those women to come out from their delightful life to become for their for to help this has helped them to make themselves a good women, or like how this have changed their life.
um आई थिंक वर्क फॉर नहीं, हमने उनके साथ काम किया. लाइक वो उन्होंने ही काम किया लिटरली, हम लोग ने बस उनको बोला कि आप करो, बिकॉज दे देमसेल्व्स आर सो स्ट्रॉन्ग, द एंटायर ग्रुप इज सो स्ट्रॉन्ग दैट शायद उन्हें किसी और के सपोर्ट की इतनी जरूरत नहीं है. They just want to be heard, they just want to be seen, and luckily we are blessed that we could be that प्लेटफॉर्म, और हम लोग वो जरिया बने जिसके वजह से दे कुड रीच आउट टू मोर पीपल, वो लोग और लोगों तक पहुंच पाए. एंड उसके लिए हम लोग बहुत मतलब मैं तो अपने आप को बहुत ब्लेस्ड समझती हूँ दैट दैट कुड हैपन. एंड दीज गर्ल्स आर अमेजिंग. वो लोग क्राफ्ट अच्छा करती है, वो पढ़ाई में अच्छी है, वो डांस अच्छा करती है, वो एक्टिंग अच्छा करती है. तो आप सोच सकते हो कि उधर कितना टैलेंट है. एंड when we met them personally during our event at city center, they were so happy to come out of their center, because unka jo center है, that's a little far and they don't meet a lot of people, but they have that talent. And वो लोग जब उधर सेंटर पे आए थे at the mall, they were so happy to show their story, to talk to people around them so that more people associate with them. And They basically know what these girls do, and that's it. Like, they're just trying to live a better life by themselves, by sustaining themselves with their work. All they want is visibility, so that the products they make sells off, and they make a revenue for that. They are not asking you for donations. It only comes to that point जब उनके पास में इतने resources बचते नहीं है, but अगर उनके ही जो सामान कोई खरीदे तो उन्हें शायद उसकी जरूरत ही ना पड़े। उन लोग को सिर्फ विजिबिलिटी, उन लोग को सिर्फ वो ये चाहते कि उनकी स्टोरी कोई सुने बस।
And ma'am, can you say us about what is ACRD?
Sorry,
You have like Makers Hub has worked with ACRD.
sorry, I'm not aware of that. Give me one moment.
Meantime, I have another question for yeah, you people. Say somebody, Nusrat, meantime, maybe I'll ask to Nusrat. Say I have lots of plant, okay? I have lots of oxygen plant. Nowadays everybody is looking for oxygen plant. And I have, you know, almost hundreds of them, right? So I was thinking how to. So I Google it up and I saw that Amazon selling it for 599. So I thought that okay, I should find somebody who, make some painting on the tub, and then we can put it in a nice tub and sell them and do fundraising. So do you have any artist who does painting on, like, nice painting on planters, or the, flower
Yes, of
house?
course we do. There are actually there are already artists who are selling planters with these plants which are grown, indoors. So there are a few of them, and they have already sold their products with us.
Okay, I would like to get connected to a few of them.
Sure. I can personally get in touch with you and send their contacts.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Hello.
And you were asking about ACRD. ACRD is the Assam Center for Rural Development, under which Navjeevan, falls under. So Navjeevan Center for these girls whom we support, it falls under ACRD, Assam Center for Rural Development.
Thank you, ma'am. I think Kashmira has some questions. You
Okay.
can ask.
Yeah. I'm audible.
Your voice is echoing.
Hello.
Yeah, I can
Is
hear
my
you.
voice clear? Hello. Yeah, actually, if
Yes.
I want to buy something from Makers Hub, from where, which is the platform where I buy the product?
Okay, if you want to buy something, you can actually go and check our Instagram profile, Instagram account, Makers Hub Guwahati. There you will find all the artists. We have actually showcased their products there also. You can contact us, or you can contact the artist directly. Or you can just drop a message.
Okay, ma'am.
We can, connect you with the artist. And we are actually working on developing a website where we will have this platform for all artists to sell their products online. So this is actually going to be our next 2 years plan.
Yes. So every artist will have a page dedicated to their work, where they can, just like on Amazon, you see more products by this seller. So something like that there as well.
Thank you, ma'am. And ma'am, as you have said about the girls that have come from the Navjeevan Rehabilitation Center, so ma'am, when they goes back to their place again, so do you think this your Makers Hub has make any difference in their life?
Uh, we hope we did. We hope that they are more like, they have more people to talk to, more people know about their stories, so that they learn more, they grow more. So we hope that, yes. And like the sister basically who works with them directly, she keeps in touch with us, and she was recently only telling me that the girls are so happy that they came there for the event. And they still share the stories, like they prepare for such events now, because that was one first time that they had come to the city to showcase their talent. So they will, like, now they have that confidence basically to step out more. And if, let's say, there is an event which is looking for girls to participate, or to showcase or do something, so they are willing to participate there, because I think that hesitation is gone, they're more confident now. So I think we could do that because of this particular chance. Yeah.
And ma'am, what was the response of the people? Like other people who are there to buy or to see, how was the reaction, or how the people are taking this things, all the thing, or how was the sale? What was the reaction?
The sale has been amazing. Like, that is why the artists who join with us love being a part of it, and the visitors also. Like, for example, there were so many visitors at the recent one, the city center one, that they were like, we've never seen such an amazing display of artwork here. Like, it is so varied. You have from bakeries to paintings to even jewelry. And so even, like, bamboo stationery, plantable seed stationery, plantable seed crackers, you don't see that everywhere. So that was the response that we got from them was like, I mean, this is crazy, they'd never seen something like this in city center or even in Guwahati. At one place all such art forms, never. And every item is unique because each and everything is handmade. So even when we make anything at home, let's say, we're just drawing a petal of a flower, every petal is different, it's never the same. So it was just like that, thousands of petals displayed across the 10 different stalls.
Thank you, ma'am. And the last question is that in your bio, you have said that we are what we eat, apply, and use. Ma'am, can you say more about that?
Yes, so basically my own firm is called Ardh Pure. The word literally means purity of earth. So we believe that our body is a product. Body means heart, mind, and soul. And our body is a product of what we eat, basically, physical health wise. Of course, like, if you eat pizza, it is going to show on your tummy, but if you eat or drink milk, it is going to show on your bones. So two different things. So what you eat is very important. The quality of what you eat is important. When you eat chemicals, there are negative impacts. When you eat without chemicals, or grown with herbal fertilizers or natural fertilizers, the food produced is definitely different for your body. So that was the first point of what we eat is important. The second is what you apply to your skin. um, that actually came up when I realized this was my father got an allergy from soaps. So I made some natural soaps for him. Then it did help him with this allergy. He was no more itchy and everything. That's when we realized, like, what you apply to your skin is also very important. If you apply chemicals or harmful chemicals, basically, the synthetic chemicals, it can be harmful for your skin and allergic. So what you apply to your skin is important. दादी लोग बोलते थे ना, मुल्तानी मिट्टी अच्छी होती है, but not like आजकल की creams. There was a reason, because मुल्तानी मिट्टी बहुत natural produce है. So that is the third. And third is what you use. Like, what you use in the sense, if you use machine made versus when you use handmade, you always feel more loved or more cherished or more content जब आप हैंडमेड यूज करते हो, क्योंकि वो आपको खुशी देता है, बिकॉज आपको ये पता है जब आपने हैंडमेड यूज किया है, किसी ना किसी को इस चीज से खुशी मिली है, किसी ना किसी का घर चला है, किसी ना किसी की कमाई हुई है. So that was the main idea. What you eat, what you apply, and what you use, it overall brings to a very sustainable ecosystem of growth, because it not only helps small farmers, it also helps a lot of small artisans all over Northeast who work from their homes and create amazing products from their art form. Yeah, so that's where we came up with that.
And do you believe that Northeast is a very rich, has a very rich artist community?
Art, oh, definitely. Like, it is so amazing the kind of work they do, the kind of resources also they have, and the heritage. Like, it is so rich. Even today, so many people wear hand woven mekla, they wear hand woven gamusa. So it is like, you don't see that everywhere nowadays. If you go to any metro or any city, it's usually handmade का मतलब उनके लिए होता है जयपुरी cotton, hand block printed and everything. They've forgotten the weaves. This is the only part of the country where weaves still matter, and it is our heritage. If you go to मणिपुर, वहाँ का अलग वीव है. अगर आप अरुणाचल जाओ, वहाँ का अलग वीव है. The bamboo and cane craft, it is यहीं का craft. यहीं से होता है, यहीं पर होता है, और जल्दी से कहीं पर नहीं होता है, विच इज आर हेरिटेज. वो भी आर्टिस्ट ही है, वो भी क्रिएटिविटी है, वो भी आर्ट है. तो लाइक इट इज सो वेरीड, बिकॉज एक पर्टिकुलर बैम्बू से यू कैन मेक सो मेनी थिंग्स. बैम्बू से इनफैक्ट स्किन केयर प्रोडक्ट्स भी बनता है, बैम्बू से कपड़ा भी बनता है. इट इज सो वाइड.
Thank you, ma'am. At last, I really want you and also Nusrat ma'am to say something to our audience and also the people who are in the Facebook Live.
Sure. Thank you so much for listening to our story today. And I hope इससे आपको थोड़ी सी और awareness मिली हो to the kind of creativity that this part of the country offers. And I hope you do visit us and to our next exhibition and next platform that we create, and support all these artists and amazing humans. Uh, yes, like just be associated with us. Thank you for listening, and we hope कि हो सकता है हम लोग की स्टोरी में से कुछ आप लोग को भी क्लिक किए, और आप जो काम करना चाहते हो या आप कुछ करना चाहते हो उसमें आपको थोड़ा और मोटिवेशन मिले और आप उसको कर सके. दी.
Yeah, so thank you so much for hearing our story today. And I would just like to, say here that uh, to all the youngsters listening to us, that you first believe in your dreams and then you live your dreams. So that's how you build on your career. If that's what I wanted to give away today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Sonakshi, ma'am. Thank you, Nusrat, ma'am. It's been a very great evening today, listening you both. And with this, we have come to the end of this webinar, and we really, really hope that we will meet again and we will have such webinar in our next future. And thank you for giving your time. And also, I like to thank our audience for being present in today's webinar. With this, I, Jyotishna Kalita, signing off. Thank you.
Thank you.